5 years ago, if you had told me that I'd be working in cybersecurity, I probably would have laughed. Not because I thought cybersecurity wasn't interesting, because I genuinely believed I already knew exactly how my life was going to look. I was a flight attendant, and my goal was clear: become a pilot. I had mapped everything out: the timeline, the training, the next steps. For the first time, life actually felt predictable. And then, 2020 happened. The pandemic didn't just change the world, it erased the future I'd spent years planning. Within weeks, the aviation industry collapsed. Flights disappeared, careers stopped overnight. And suddenly I was asking myself a question that I know so many people have asked at some point: what do I do now? Maybe you've experienced something similar. Maybe it wasn't a pandemic. Maybe it was a layoff, a breakup, a health issue, a failed business, a degree you realized you didn't even want anymore. Or maybe you're living a life that looks fine from the outside, but every morning you wake up thinking there has to be something more. Nobody really prepares you for starting over, because society loves talking about success stories. People tell you, I quit my job. I followed my passion. Now I make 6 figures. What they don't usually tell you is what happened in between: the fear, the uncertainty, the nights lying awake wondering if you've completely ruined your future, the hundreds of applications, the rejection emails, the moments where everyone around you seems to be moving forward while you're rebuilding from zero. That's the part I wish more people talked about, because that's where real growth actually happens. So I made a decision. Instead of waiting for my old life to come back, I'd build a completely new one. I went back to university. I studied business informatics. Now, if you've ever switched careers, you'll know exactly what happened next. Imposter syndrome hit immediately. I wasn't surrounded by people from aviation anymore. I was suddenly sitting in lectures with people who had been programming for years. People who seemed to understand databases, algorithms, networking, and software engineering like it was their first language. Meanwhile, I was trying to figure out why my code refused to compile after spending 6 hours looking for a missing semicolon. If you've ever learned programming, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes you spend an entire afternoon fixing something, only to realize you forgot one tiny character. Nobody posts those moments on LinkedIn. They post the certificate, the promotion, the new job, not the tears over a compiler error at 2 in the morning. But honestly, those frustrating moments taught me something incredibly valuable. You don't need to feel confident before you start. Confidence comes after you've survived enough moments where you thought, I can't do this. And then somehow, you did. During university, I worked student jobs. I wasn't some genius. I wasn't the smartest person in class. I didn't have connections. I wasn't one of those people who had been coding since they were 12. I simply kept applying, even when I wasn't convinced I was qualified. And I want to pause here because this is something I wish someone had told me years ago. We often believe we need to meet 100% of the requirements before applying, especially women. Research has shown that women often wait until they meet nearly every qualification before applying for a role, while men are generally more comfortable applying even if they only meet part of the criteria. Imagine how many opportunities we never even give ourselves a chance to get. What if the company thinks you're capable before you do? You'll never know if you don't apply. Eventually, one opportunity led to another. One interview became another. One internship became another. And somehow, I found myself working in cybersecurity. Today, I'm an assistant manager at one of the Big Four consulting firms. People often hear that part of the story and think, wow, you made it. But honestly, the job title isn't the interesting part. The interesting part is everything that happened around it, because careers don't happen in isolation. Life keeps happening at exactly the same time. While I was building my career, I was often the only woman sitting in technical meetings. Sometimes people assumed I worked in HR. Sometimes they assumed I wasn't technical. Sometimes I'd explain something, and 5 minutes later, someone else would repeat exactly the same thing, and suddenly everyone loved the idea. If you're a woman working in a male-dominated industry, there's a good chance you've experienced something similar, and if you haven't, I'm genuinely happy for you, because things are improving, but there's still work to do. I also had to learn things nobody teaches at university, like salary negotiations. How do you negotiate your first salary? How do you know what you're worth? How do you ask for more without feeling guilty? Nobody hands you a manual for that. You learn through uncomfortable conversations. You make mistakes. Sometimes you leave money on the table. Sometimes you finally realize that advocating for yourself isn't being difficult, it's being professional. And then there was fitness. People sometimes ask me why I run so much. The answer isn't because I'm training for the Olympics. I run because it keeps me mentally healthy. Every week I'd go out and run half marathons, not because every run felt amazing. Trust me, most runs don't. Sometimes you don't feel motivated, sometimes it's raining. Sometimes you've worked all day, and the last thing you want to do is put your running shoes on. But here's what running taught me. Discipline isn't doing something because you feel motivated. Discipline is doing it anyway. Running became the place where I processed difficult conversations, where I solved problems, where I made career decisions, where I reminded myself that progress usually looks boring. One step, then another, exactly like building a career. But while all of that was happening, life threw something at my family that completely changed my perspective. My mom suffered a cerebral hemorrhage. Suddenly, career goals weren't the most important thing anymore. Deadlines didn't matter as much, job titles didn't matter as much, everything shifted. Supporting someone you love through recovery changes you. It teaches you patience, it teaches you gratitude, it teaches you that health is never something we should take for granted. It also taught me something else. Life doesn't wait until your career is stable before it gets complicated. Everything happens simultaneously. You're building your career while dealing with family. You're trying to stay healthy while working overtime. You're saving money while unexpected expenses appear. You're chasing dreams while life keeps testing you. And that's exactly why I started sharing more online. Because I was tired of seeing perfect success stories. You know the ones. I made $1 million. Here's my Lamborghini. Buy my course. And suddenly, everything in life looks effortless. Look, I use affiliate links too. And whenever I do, I'll tell you, transparency matters. But I'm not here pretending that affiliate income magically changed my life overnight. My career pays my bills. The content is something I'm building alongside it. I think that's actually much more relatable. Because most of us don't quit our jobs tomorrow. Most of us build something slowly, one evening, one weekend, one video, one client, one investment, one promotion, one small decision at a time. That's real life. And honestly, I think that's a lot more inspiring than pretending success happens overnight. So what is this channel actually about? It's not just cybersecurity, although we'll definitely talk about cybersecurity. It's not just career advice, although I'll share everything I've learned. It's not just fitness, although running has become a huge part of my life. It's not just personal finance, although I'm obsessed with building financial independence. It's all of it, because that's what real life looks like. I'm documenting my journey toward financial independence in real time. The promotions, the setbacks, the investments, the business experiments, the monthly income updates, the mistakes, the lessons, the things that work, the things that absolutely don't. You'll see successes. But you'll also see failures, because pretending to have everything figured out helps nobody. I certainly don't have everything figured out. I'm still learning, still making mistakes, still changing my mind, still asking questions, and maybe that's actually the point. You don't have to become someone else to build a life you're proud of. You just have to keep moving, even when the path changes, even when your original dream disappears, even when you're scared. If the pandemic taught me anything, it's that life can change faster than we ever expect. But it also showed me something beautiful. Sometimes the life you never planned ends up becoming the life you're most grateful for. So if you're in your 20s, your 30s, or honestly any stage of life, and you feel like you're rebuilding while everyone else seems ahead, I promise you're not alone. If you're switching careers, welcome. If you're trying to become financially independent, welcome. If you're trying to improve your health while building your career, welcome. If you're balancing work, family, relationships, and your own dreams all at once, welcome. This community is for people building their lives in real time, not pretending they're perfect, not pretending they have all the answers, just showing up consistently, learning, improving, and helping each other along the way. So, if that sounds like your kind of journey, I'd genuinely love for you to stick around. Leave me a comment and tell me where you're watching from. And more importantly, what's one goal you're currently working toward? Whether it's changing careers, getting your first job in tech, improving your health, Paying off debt, starting a business, or simply trying to build a better life, I'd love to know, because I want this channel to be a conversation, not a lecture. And who knows? Maybe a few years from now, you'll look back at this video and realize that today was the day your own story started to change. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.